Hi, everyone. Thank you, YorkTalks, for having me. I'd like to share with you my Marie Curie Research Fellowship work that was conducted at the School of Arts and Creative Technologies with Professor Mariana Lopez. The project focused on how can we hear better digitally. Think of the immense beauty and complexity of sound waves moving and colliding with the surfaces of space, forming an essential component of our understanding of the world. When you think of the internet and how we share most data, it is predominantly visual. Text, images, 3D models. Of course, we share music, soundtracks, environmental field recordings, but can we have a Google Earth for acoustics? What about Street View for sound? What about real-time responsive 3D acoustics? To understand my talk, here is a 1-minute crash course in oralization. What does it mean? How does it work? First, we capture the acoustic essence, an acoustic fingerprint of a position in space, also called a room impulse response. To do this, we play a loud impulse, a noisy signal such as a balloon pop or starter pistol or sine sweep across all audible frequencies to trigger the resonant and reflective frequencies of the room. In other words, the response or echo of the space. We record this response. When we multiply in the frequency domain this acoustic fingerprint with an incoming audio signal, the outcome is an oralization, rendering a virtual space audible. Listen to this dry anechoic flute sample. Now hear the same recording inside a virtual Dauke Bottom cave. Many researchers are working in the fields of sonic archaeology and virtual acoustics to capture World Heritage sites, and this is where my research comes in. Now they can share their work to a wide public in audible, intuitive format. Acoustic Atlas allows for oralization in the browser, for you to access through your phone or computer in a real-time manner. Just type this URL into your browser for access and remember to wear headphones. Here is a demo of me singing into a digital Taj Mahal. Acoustic Atlas is a browser-based real-time oralization engine based on a growing archive of acoustic fingerprints from heritage sites and interesting acoustic sites. The application is embedded in a website where you can also explore. Down here is the Twitter feed. You can also learn about the community. So each researcher or research group that are contributing work to the Atlas will be reflected in here. So if you are an artist or a researcher interested in becoming part of the community, please feel free to contact me. For invited researchers, there's basically they get their own user accounts. And I think this is the
a very important part of the project is to enable people to manage their own data. So the code works a little bit like Airbnb. So at the moment I have a master view, but if you sign up, you would just get your own account and you will only see the sites that you've contributed. And basically, once you're in, it's a very simple system of just creating the location, short description, associated research. You need the longitude and latitude to, place it on the globe. And once you have done that, let's just show you an example. You will get the opportunity to add acoustic fingerprints, RIR, room impulse responses. And so it's pretty self-explanatory. But so that is all the researcher has to do, is to give as much information about a site. There's the capacity to do 360 listening with matching 360 images. And then as the user pans the image, it pans the sound as well. And then as much information as possible to make this more useful, and it will show up inside the site. I will show you in a minute. And then also you can add as many ambient tracks or pieces of music or poetry, anything related to the location, and that will also show up in the view. And then the experience part is where the actual oralization happens. And this is a pretty intuitive interface. It works like, it's just a globe interface. A double click will take you into a site. A single click will just take you to a close-up map view. And then there's a little next button here at the bottom where you can just flip through all the sites that's in the archive. Or you can do a search. For example, if you want to find all the caves in the site, then you can just search it like that, and you'll see there's 8 caves at the moment. Or you can search for countries, all the sites in Italy, for example, or you get the drift, or a specific word. And then when you just click here, it will open the site. Since we are in York, let's start with the York Minster Cathedral, contributed by Lydia Alvarez Morales. And you will see it will ask you to unmute the microphone upon your first visit. That's just, so here in the bottom is the control bar, where you can again search or flip to next sites. You can mute or unmute yourself. You can change the reverb dry wet level, and what that means is if you have 100% reverb, you won't hear any of the dry direct sound, so it will sound as if your voice is further away and more enveloped in the sound of the space, whereas if the drier you go, the closer you will sound. Then a really nice feature is that you can record yourself making a little song or whatever you want to be doing, and then you can download this file to your own local device. The information that I just showed you that gets entered in the interactive form will show up formatted here. So here you can see this is a B format spatial impulse response with a matching 3D image. So as I pan, it pans the sound as well. So this is Dauke Bottom Cave. The visual you see is a point cloud laser scan recorded by Dr. Colleen Morgan and Dr. Paulina Lewinsky. from digital archaeology, and we are also working on an artwork. This is the positions that was recorded. So at the moment I'm just sharing 4 positions, but that was the microphone position, and then because it was such a narrow tunnel space, it was basically, I just favored these positions, just going deeper and deeper into the cave system. And to get from one to the next position, you can just basically flip through. So there you'll see that is S4 that we're hearing now, so it's much more subtle. Let me just try to boost it a bit. 1, 2, 1, 2. It's more subtle because we're a bit further away from the microphone. And this one is S7, so it's even deeper into the cave. 1, 2. So this is the position of where the starter pistol was fired. And where you see the stand over there is where the microphone was. And you can also sense when you turn it this way, it changes. 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And again, there is a ground plan with all the, here we had lots more mic positions and the area where we worked. So you can explore 3 different positions. I'm just going to flick through a few other locations just to have you listen. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2.
And that concludes my talk. The message I'd like you to take away from this is it's very important to cultivate our capacity to listen. And when we think of our digital future, and when we think of cultivation of, say, wine, it takes time, and it's important to make wise choices at this point. So I invite you to visit the site, and please get in touch to give me feedback. Thank you, everyone.